Hi everybody, it's Gina at the Library Mouse. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. This is going to be a kind of quick September TBR, probably roughly edited, but I did want to make a video to talk about some of the books that I am reading. If you've watched my other, my last video, we had gotten some bad news about my husband. We're still waiting for all of his testing to come back, and we have a couple different doctor appointments coming up that I'll be going to, but I feel like I'm going to be spending a lot of time in waiting rooms, so got a lot of books. So let's check in and see what I'm reading in September. I'm reading two at the moment. I am reading Here on Earth. It is by Elis Hoffman. She is the author of Practical Magic. And I am really enjoying this book so far. It's an interesting premise. It focuses on mostly two people. One is a woman named March, and the other is a man named Hollis. So it kind of takes a look at March Murray. She basically, in a nutshell, when she was young, fell in love with kind of a bad boy, Hollis. And he was taken in by her father. He had nowhere to go. And very poor, raggedy boy. And she was a couple years younger than him, and she pretty much fell for him. As they grew up, they, started a relationship, but he wound up leaving, and eventually she got on with her life. He got on with his life, and now their paths cross again because she returns to her town with her daughter and for a funeral for a beloved person who took care of her when she was young. And so far, she knows that Hollis also lives in town now, and he owns pretty much everything. And he's no longer such a, the poor ragamuffin boy. Everything he's bought, though, as kind of revenge on people. And I don't care for him as a character. I don't like him. So we'll see how it goes, but it's extremely well written, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So this is definitely on my September TBR because I'm reading it. The other one is The Queen's Fool by Philippa Gregory. She wrote The Other Boleyn Girl. This is just kind of fluff historical fiction to me, but what I do enjoy reading the backstories of all the characters that she writes about. So I go and look them up online and read about their story and see what they're like. And then it kind of gives me more of a non-fiction background to compare this historical fiction. And this one's good. So this is about Hannah Green. She's a 14-year-old Jewish girl who is forced to flee Spain with her father, who is a bookseller and a book producer. Really, he makes books, and she has the sight. And so, with that ability to have the sight, she's brought into the court. And she is the Queen's Fool. So she begins working first for King Edward, the son of King Henry VIII, who winds up dying at a young age of tuberculosis. And then before that, prior to him passing, she was sent to be Queen Mary's fool. This is King Henry's legitimate oldest daughter. She was sent there to be her fool, but also to be a spy for Lord Dudley. And so far it's excellent. I've gotten to the point where Queen Mary has pretty much taken back the throne after King Edward has passed on. But I enjoy it. It's historical fiction, but it's fun, light reading. Obviously not as far light as Bridgerton, but it's still really good. So I am reading this month. Another book that has been on my list, I started it and did not finish it, probably in May, maybe April. This is the Dictionary of Lost Words. It's written by Pip Williams. I just love the cover. These kind of covers I'm always drawn to. But it said Esme is born into a world of words. She's motherless. She spends her childhood in Oxford, where her father and other fellow lexicographers are collecting words for the first complete Oxford dictionary. So she spends most of her growing up years around these men as they put together this dictionary. And so as she grows up, she realizes that many of the words in common folks' languages go unnoticed. So she begins to search for words for her own dictionary that she calls the Dictionary of Lost Words. And it's set in the 20th century during the height of the women's suffrage movement, and it reveals a missing narrative hidden between the lines of history written by men. And so it was good. I don't remember why I stopped reading it, but I was enjoying it when I was reading it. I think I lost it for a few, like I misplaced it. So this is a book that I will be definitely reading this month. Also on the list is Blubber by Judy Blume. This is for my middle grade selection that I'm going to be putting together. It's an oldie. It's still relevant, and this I found at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be reading Blubber by Judy Blume. Now I do have another historical fiction that is kind of on, I don't know, it's a saga, it's a family saga, basically. It's called Elis Promise, and it is by Ronald Balson. He is author of the bestseller Once We Were Brothers. So it's a historical fiction spanning 3 eras: Nazi-occupied Poland, the American zone of post-war Germany, and Chicago at the height of the Vietnam War. And it basically follows this man named Eli from 1939, when he was a young husband and father, and he lived in the Polish town of Lublin, where he owned a construction company. And then it moves on to 1946, where he is in a displaced persons camp in Allied occupied Germany, awaiting a visa to America, and his wife is missing. And then it moves on to 1965, where he is in a rented room in Chicago, and he's on a mission to try to find out exactly what happened to his wife. So it sounds really good. I have not started this book yet, but I think I got this at Goodwill, or maybe this was might have been in a little free library. But so far those are the 5 books I'm going to be reading in September, and they all sound good. But I'm just going to, whatever I know I have a book on loan on hold at the library I'm going to pick up. I'm going to get that tomorrow, so I'll add that in at the end if they still have it on hold for me, because it's been a while and I just haven't had a chance to get there. But anyway, I hope that all of you are doing great. Happy reading, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.